Monarch trapped the protagonists in a command post in Alaska as episode 5 begins. Kate sits in a corner, saying they can't intimidate her. Kentaro screams he is Hiroshi Randa's son and throws a chair at the door. May, on the other hand, isn't alone. Agent Duval asks the girl where her backup for the files is. She also says she knows about the girl's identity and calls her Lyra Mateo of Tacoma, Washington. Duval gives her a card and tells May they can trust each other. Tim wants to recruit them, but Deputy Director Verdugo doesn't agree with him. Duval says they need to keep the young ones on a long leash and see what they are going to find. The idea is accepted. Tim gives May, Kentaro, and Kate new passports, money, phones, and plane tickets. May wants to go back to her life in Tokyo, but the other two want to go after their father. As it would be dangerous for them to get separated, they decide to stay together. Their next destination is Hiroshi's office in San Francisco. Shaw talks with Verdugo and criticizes Monarch, telling her the organization doesn't do anything. She tries to convince him the kids told them about what they're trying to do, but he doesn't believe her. Meanwhile, Tim and Duval discuss Shaw's age. Apparently, a mission gone bad caused him to age differently. James, a friend of Kate's mother, Caroline, picks up her and the others in San Francisco. Kate tries to refuse his help, but they all end up going with him. When she arrives at her mom's house, she plans to break the news to her gently but has no chance to do that. She tells Kentaro's full name and leaves Caroline shocked. After a discussion, we learn Kate stopped leaving her room when G-Day happened. That's why Caroline pushed the girl to go to Japan and try to learn more about her father. Kate says she'll investigate Hiroshi's office, which is in a secured area of the city. Her mother helps her and the others reach the place but has to leave them alone there. While they walk around the ruined site trying to reach Hiroshi's building, Kate remembers what happened 2 days before Godzilla attacked the town. She met with her girlfriend, Danny, at their favorite coffee shop and went to work together, as they had a job at the same school. Danny asks Kate to live together. When Kate arrives at her class, many students aren't there because their families are afraid of Godzilla. She tries to calm them down, but the school isn't so sure nothing will happen. Military officers monitoring the area realize someone is there with them. Kate, Kentaro, and May hide and try to think of something. Kate keeps remembering her past. During G-Day, she had the chance to stay in the school with her girlfriend instead of going on the bus with the children. Kentaro throws a bag of chips near a car, attracting cats. The officers think the noise was made by the animals and leaves. He notices Kate is feeling down, so he starts singing a few songs their dad would make them listen to. She's happy, but that also makes the military find them. They run to an underground passage, but Kate's trauma starts acting up even more, and she stops moving. May stays with her and helps the girl control her breathing. We're shown that Kate was cheating on her girlfriend and that she refused to stay in school, rushing to the bus with the kids. She tells May she only lets people down and that she's no better than her father. Kentaro appears and says he found a passage. In Hiroshi's office, they find a weird map. They initially have trouble deciphering it, but Kentaro uses his knowledge about projected images and finds out where his father went after Alaska, Africa. They all leave the area and go back to Caroline's house. While Kate talks with her, revealing Hiroshi is alive, May calls Duval. The episode review. This episode feels like a missed opportunity. In episode 1, we find out what happened to Kate in G-Day and how that left her traumatized. However, that was forgotten in the later episodes. So, when they go to San Francisco and she starts remembering her past, you feel she'll get a decent development. However, that's not exactly what happens. To be fair, it's nice seeing her normal day and having her talk with her girlfriend. But none of that makes us feel closer to her. It feels like we're only seeing things happen. The cheating, for example, is really sudden and brings more questions than answers. Danny says Kate doesn't want good. Why is that? Does she feel she doesn't deserve happiness? Or does she always choose the easiest paths? Maybe she keeps making mistakes because she has no idea what she wants to do. What is supposed to give us some answers and make the character denser just brings more questions. That is done to approximate her to her father probably, which isn't necessarily bad. But, again, it brings many more questions and no answers. But Kate is happy and confident when the episode ends, so it feels like the show thinks she had a breakthrough. Although the monsters are the main reason people are watching, there's no problem to focus on their characters. The problem is Monarch doesn't know how to make them interesting. Even with all that, it's an okay episode. As mentioned, seeing Kate's past is good, although it should be more developed. Visiting San Francisco and seeing how Godzilla affected it is also impacting. The whole area the protagonists visit seems like something taken out of Silent Hill. The real problem is the characters need to be more interesting to follow, and we should learn more about Monarch. The focus on Shaw and the other characters in the past is important and should return.